to Spirituality in Sin City, where I work a little bit on my art projects. This is yesterday's. It's not completed, by the way, in case you're wondering. Work on my art projects, and we talk a little bit about fortune telling with playing cards, the hidden meaning in playing cards. And yesterday, at the end of our video, we drew for today's card of the day. It was Four of Hearts, charity and kindness. Now, if at any point you have any questions about any playing card, please do leave me a comment and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. That is one of the kindnesses that I try to do for people. If you ask me about the meaning of a playing card that you found out and about in the world, or any kind of situation, but I will always try and answer if you found one out and about in the world. That is something I have particular interest in, random finds. And if you have other questions, I will try to answer. But I don't give free, extensive tarot readings, is the implication of that try to answer. So I will be as kind and as charitable as I can with my information. And yeah, let's leave it at that for that portion of the day. Oh, I am still waking up. I'm not so much of a morning person, and hopefully I will get used to this chatting in the morning and get a little better at it. So, while I didn't mean to put that there. So, I will, every day I look for some inspirational quotes for us to look at in regards to the card of the day, to give us more information other than what I myself personally have written about the meaning of that card, which is in regards to the Four of Hearts. I created the playing card and I chose the proverb that you saw on there. This one good deed begets another. I chose that. And chose, however, I chose based on what I know the meaning to be for all of the cards that I have written. So if you are coming across this video, then you might need to be reminded to do a charitable deed. When was the last time that you did a good deed for someone else? Especially when you are feeling, and I say this from personal, when you're feeling like people should be doing charity and kindness for you, and perhaps feeling a little maybe bitter and overlooked, I think it's very important for the first question that you ask yourself to be, when was the last time I did charity and kindness for someone else? So, I still have not bought the clips to keep my book open, which I was whining for yesterday. And so we're going to have to struggle with my placing the photos for a while. So what I'm trying to do here also is create a new Four of Hearts collage with some symbols that spoke to me yesterday when I pulled the card as to how we might imagine charity right here at this moment in time. I don't love to use pictures of the crucifixion. However, I couldn't help but pull that one. It was speaking to me. And then I found this random watch and thought, I don't know, it's kind of a surreal look right here, but I feel like these two go together pretty well. That it's time for charity. This is one very well-known picture of charity, whether you believe in the Bible or not. I think you know when you see that image that Christians believe that Jesus died on the cross for their sins and saved them. He performed the ultimate act of charity. So I think that image is very appropriate. I still am not sure why I really wanted the car in there, but the car was speaking to me. Now, I only kept this portion so that I can get these dimensions right, should I want the hood to be in there too. But I may just use the bottom of the car. I can't decide. Let's throw this under here. It's a little tight putt for me. Need more hands. Does anybody have an extra pair of hands you could throw through the video screen for me? Thanks. I guess I better go on Amazon right after this and order a little clippy so that my book will stay wide open. Anyhow, so charity, bonsai tree, I grabbed it because it just felt like a look of balance to me. And balance is also important in charity, in my opinion. You don't want to be too overgiving. There are those people. But you also don't want to be the person who only gives tough love and considers that to be kindness. All of these things are acceptable. Sometimes you give too much, sometimes you give too little. We're all going to go back and forth and back and forth. But I think the point is to achieve balance. So, let's go ahead and look at some of the verses and scriptures that I grabbed for today. I'm going to try and read them while I figure out where I want these guys to go on the page. Maybe I don't want that one. Maybe I just want, oh, you know what, this could be cool. In there like so. Yeah, I think that's gonna work for me. I'm just gonna have to go this way. I think also maybe I want to put that bad boy in there. Yes. Yes. I'm going to do it about like that. That's the plan. Yay, we have a plan. Okay. So, while I glue this down, let's read some scriptures about charity. Four of Hearts. One of the most well-known ones. Oops, I forgot my razor thing. So, one of the most well-known scriptures on this subject is one of the ones that I find to be the most important in the Bible, personally. One of the biggest reminders that we should all say 100 times a day, in my opinion, is love your neighbor as yourself. Leviticus 19:18. Why do I say that? Because you are not going to be seen as being very Christian if you're not behaving that way. And this is something that I think, especially in the current day and age, we frequently forget. We think that our lack of kindness, shall I put it mildly, is justified, and that by showing our passion for the subject, that we are behaving appropriately, that anger about someone not respecting, let's say, our religion or our politics, or just whatever subject we think is the most important, we think all of a sudden that it's justified to react very strongly. And again, I say this from personal experience. This is something that I deal with very, very often. I am a fire sign, and I get very passionate about the subjects that matter to me. And it generally comes off as anger, rage, and not kind. It doesn't matter what the subject is and how I say it or why I say it, any of that. All people hear is the tone and the anger. Yeah, I mean, it's the passion. It is me caring, but they don't hear caring. They don't hear my desire for justice. They don't hear what I want. They only hear what I don't want them to hear. They only hear that someone is being loud, that someone disagrees with them, the negative part of it. That's all that they hear. So it's very, very important to remember to behave kind no matter what. Because in those situations, because you won't be heard. You want to be heard for whatever you're passionate about, you have to remain kind. They definitely won't hear you if you don't remain kind. They might hear you if you do. Might. It's just a sad part of life. Sometimes we're not going to be heard. We want to be heard, but we won't. So, I guess I have to trim the bottom of this one a bit. There's my scissors. I was thinking about trimming this negative space too, so maybe I'll do that really quick. Anyhow, more verses. So, again from the Bible, whatever you do for the least of these, you did for me. Matthew 25:40. We tend to prefer to do things for people who can do something back for us. People who are not the least, who have some ability to repay us with some kindness. But we need to remember that it's very important to do kindness and charity just because. Sure, not everyone believes that, but I do. Would you want someone to do some kindness for you just because they felt that even if they felt you didn't deserve it? I do. I think that would be pretty awesome. So, in a karma kind of a way, at the very least, at least I can be excited that it might come back around to me, I guess is what you could say with that. Ooh, I like layout line up, I think. Yeah. So right now, cut off the bottom of his cross so I can line him up. Okay. Another verse about charity from the Dhammapada, which basically, I think this mirrors or echoes or quotes Martin Luther King as well. But hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. You can't kill hatred with hatred. Every time someone does something mean, it just makes someone else want to do something mean, right? I mean, what is your justification if you're doing something that's less than kind? It's generally somebody did it to me, or not even necessarily to you, just it happens all the time. I love that. I don't mean I love it. I hate that justification. I hate that justification, but we hear it all the time. Like, everybody does it. So what? When I was a kid, they always would say, if everybody jumped off a bridge, would you do it? Now, I don't have kids. I don't know if they still say that, but I feel like we need to say it a lot more often because I feel like a lot of people would jump off that bridge. And we We need to be smarter than that. We need to be a lot smarter than that, people. Anyways, next verse. Actually grabbed one from the Quran today, um, which says, it's Quran 5:32. Whoever saves one life, it is as if he had saved all mankind. I know in America, many of us are like literally afraid to read the Quran because we grew up in certain Christian environments. And so I wanted to share this verse, which is the opposite of what many of us fear of Quran, which is the opposite of kindness, shall we say. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Many of us fear being on the butt end of not kindness from people who worship the Quran. However, I'm sure that those people, especially right now, are thinking the same thing about people who read the Bible. So again, another reason to be kind, because we're always, exactly what you're thinking of them, they're probably thinking of you. And it's very important to keep that in mind. And let's move on to the next verse. So Mahatma Gandhi said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. I like that one because I am a big fan of the phrase shake things up. Speaking of shaking things up, I don't want that showing. Shoot. It's got to go higher, which puts the bottom of it. I don't like that. No, I need something on the bottom. Well, we'll figure that out. That's how I roll. Which is actually reminding me I had 2 more pictures over here I was going to use in the background. And, well, I guess I'm not wanting to use those now. But I did save this one. That could be a good little cut something in there for the bottom. Okay. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. Mahatma Gandhi. I like that one because I think a lot of people are justifying their less than kind behavior by the need to shake things up. Say, I tried being nice, tried talking to them. They wouldn't listen. We have to just shake things up. Well, how's it working would be my first question. Are people listening any more than they were before? No. Are they listening less than they were before? Probably. So, yeah, not really the kind of shake up result that anyone was hoping for. So, why not shake things up with kindness and see what happens? It's quite possible that when we thought we were trying kindness before, that we weren't being very kind. Think about that. Think about that. Next up is the Dalai Lama, who says, love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. I agree. We all need love. We all need compassion. We all need money, as I do this. And yeah, so in that way, we're all in the same boat. Those are part of what we actually need to survive. So, last quote of the day is my favorite one. This is not a scripture. This woman was a Cuban actress, and I had never heard of her, but she said, "The fragrance always remains in the hand that gives the rose." Fragrance always remains in the hand that gives the rose. So the one who does the sweet thing, gives the rose, still has the beautiful smell right with them. And I think that is a very, very, very lovely picture of why, what it benefits, how it benefits us to give, even when we think that it does not benefit us. Excuse my bumbling eloquence this morning. I'm a little bit sick and just cruising through my schedule anyways. So, looks like we're almost done for today. Anybody have any questions about any playing cards that you found in the wild, or just anything about cartomancy, tarot with playing cards, signs, symbols, scriptures? What you got for me? Any questions today? Any questions coming on this video after the fact? Also happy to take those on. All right, let's get this last piece down. Interesting little combo, I think. That I can't see it very well, can you? That I've created here today. All right. That's a good start for this one. So I will trim this off in a little bit. If you're curious about the art plan, I am doing a full book here. There's yesterday's. I have 2 copies of this old book and took out all of the nice pictures, left the cover and back cover, of course, and I'm gonna turn it into an art book with games in the background and, you know, adding in the playing cards and the signs and symbols that I associate with them, well, at least on that day when I'm adding them in. There's just so many things that each card can be associated with, can be there's many, many, many images that each word, each phrase, each message can bring to mind. Many images that can convey that particular message. Today, we have some time for charity. We need balance. We want to grow, so I can't quite explain why I want the soil, but soil is about growth to me. And you know, you need all of these things in order to grow, I suppose. Give with your time, give of your money, give of your life, and find some balance while you do it. I suppose that is the message that I am sending out with the 4 of Hearts today, and saving for myself. And on that note, let's get a card for today and head out into our day, shall we? Awesome deck. Tell us what we need to hear today. What advice do you have for us? What shall we watch out for? Tell us what we need to know today. Ace of Diamonds, opportunity in writing. Interesting, I'm giggling because this one has come up multiple times on Reddit in like the last day or 2. At least one person, if not 2, had found this card in their house or on their walk. Ace of Diamonds. And that's exactly what this show is all about. So I do go around Reddit looking for people to try and hear their stories and help them figure out what the message might mean. But I do hope that you will come in tomorrow and let me know how this card is speaking to you right now, any questions you might have about the message, and, you know, any stories about how it plays out in your day, so that I'm not the only one chatting here. Love to get this being more interactive. And I will be looking out for a lovely opportunity for myself in writing today, obviously. Also, because this is all of our card. whenever you find it, for approximately at least 24 hours, this is your card. So, thank you so much for watching. Please do press like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and hope to see you tomorrow. Have an awesome day.